Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to basically be a review of where I'm at with my goals for the year. So if you guys don't know, about 6 months ago, I basically did a New Year's resolution video, which I'll link right here and down below. And I just wanted to, since we're exactly 6 months and some change into the year now, see where I'm at with my goals. Spoiler alert. Some of them are okay. Some of them I couldn't have even told you I had that as a goal. So I forgot some of this stuff. So I do still stand by it because when I was reminded of it, I'm like, yeah, that's a good goal. But this is why I did this, because I wanted to make sure I'm accomplishing the things that I want. And I can't do that if I literally forget about my goals. So I have restarted a list, and some of this I can check off. Some of it I'm intentionally checking off. I'm not going to do it just because I know more now than I did then, but we'll get into it. So we're basically going to start with my personal stuff and then go into my business stuff, because that's going to be the bulk of the video. So I had in that video that I wanted to do writing jobs this year and stay with the client that I had. My contract with him ended in December, which had actually kind of carried over into January a little bit. But since then, he's had no work for me. So I've just not bothered looking for more work. So even though I technically am not meeting that goal, I said I would like Crochet to replace that income. And in a lot of ways, it almost has. And I think with this fall season coming, I'm going to make more with Crochet than I did with my writing jobs last year, which is saying something because I made a pretty good living with my writing jobs. So we're gonna check that off. Other personal goals, Zach and I said we wanted to get better about spending. I do think for the most part that we both have. He had a real gas station hot dog fixation and just going to the gas station a couple of times a week before work, and that costed a lot of monies. And then I just have a spending habit that's not good for this economy. So I've really pulled that back to the point I was making actual habit trackers that I could check off days that I did not spend any money outside of bills, necessities. I'm not gonna give myself a bad mark for buying yarn if I need it for an order, but I have given myself a bad mark X that day if I've bought yarn just for pure funsies, you know what I'm saying? So I did try to really be fair with myself about that, because I do still have to spend a fair amount of money. Businesses, you got to put money into them to get money out of them. That's been something I've given myself leeway about, but I'm not buying dumb stuff. And then if I do subscribe to something, because I got a lot of subscriptions, I'm subscribed to Opus Clips, which makes YouTube shorts, so I unsubscribed to that. vidIQ, the top tier plan, but I don't use that for every single video, even though I probably should, because it helps with my video ranking. So I unsubscribed to that, so I've just been better about it. As a family, I wanted to do more experience-based things, because last year they had a lot of subscription boxes and toys, and so this year we're getting better about spending our money as an experience, not a physical object. So we started the year going up to visit family, so that was a nice trip. We seen my mom and my siblings, and then we went to Illinois to see my best friend who has kids that are my younger two's age. So that was a nice experience. And on the way back, we stopped in South Carolina and spent the night in South Carolina and did some learning about South Carolina, which was very interesting. That was a little more for me than it was for the kids, but still they were there, and it's still a nice learning thing, and they still got to walk around in a city that they didn't know, and we went over this really big cable bridge and stuff, so it was real cool. I did have on the docket that we were going to do Disney. I then changed my mind about doing Disney, because Disney is just so pricey. For the price it cost us to just do Disney, we were able to do Busch Gardens, which is another theme park with a full zoo basically in it. But we did it with food passes and fast passes. So it just made more sense. So that was something we did as a family and with my little brother, because my little brother actually leaves for boot camp tomorrow. So it was nice to be able to do that. And then with my friend Rebecca, she's got kids that are also close in age to Jagger and Judah. We did a drive-in movie. So we're doing a little more experience-based things with them. And we've been really good about getting that done. And I have bought my boys especially. It's just they get so excited. So it's really easy to be yeah, you want it, just get it. But we have far too much stuff. Nobody needs this much stuff. So I have been better about that. I still get them random stuff, but I'm reining it in. I'm reining it in. Another thing that I wanted to do was organize and downsize our house more. I've been on like, I don't want to say minimalist because you guys are going to look at me and be like, you're on crack. Especially with my like yarn wall behind me, but just minimizing stuff that I literally don't. There is no reason that with my one face I need more than like a basket or two of like makeup. I've got one face. This stuff expires. Let's rein it in. So I've been good about that. In that last video, I said there was one tool that I got rid of that I regretted, which was like a brush style straightener. I did end up repurchasing that, and I don't use it often, but when I do, I really like it. So if you're afraid to get rid of stuff because you think you might need it, as somebody who's got like, I'll be real with you. I'm like a little bit into vanity, just a little bit. Like you see me, I'm not wearing makeup right now, but like I like nicer clothes. I like nicer makeup. I won't lie to you. So if you're kind of like me in that same sense and a little bit on the materialistic side, if it makes you feel better, I've thrown away a ton of stuff and I don't regret it. The only thing that I regret, like I said, is that one thing. On occasion, I do wish I still had some of my hair dye stuff lying around, but at the same time, that's what stopped me from getting more, is that I would have to get more again to like upkeep it, and it's not gonna look good, you know, in 2-3 months, you know, after I do it. And will I have the motivation in 2-3 months to redo it? Probably not, because I do my hair like maybe once a year. Last time I did my hair, I got like a not fully permanent dye, and it's basically like, I want to say like shade ZQ, but I know you guys don't know what that means, but like it's basically washout. It's not like so washout like a bright color, but it's meant to not be permanent dye. But basically it had like a red tint to it. I put it in my hair. It's mostly washed out at this point. And yeah, that's about as like much as I can manage right now, because I don't want something that I have to like upkeep. Downsizing and organizing, we could be better about, but we are making small steps. Like I just had Zach go through his half the closet in like the last couple of weeks. I just went through my half the closet right before I told him to do his, because I've lost some weight. So I was just downsizing stuff that like was too big. There's still more in there, but like I'm still like in the process of losing weight, so I'm just working on it. It's a work in progress, because like as my weight changes, my closet needs to change, so that's like an ongoing thing. What we really need to do is go through the boys' clothes, because both of their dressers are in the same room, and I seem to be the only one that can tell their clothes apart, even though Judah is not yet 2 and Jagger is about to be 5. So they clearly wear 2 different sizes, and not to mention there's like labels on all of these clothes, but they keep getting mixed up. And then my stepmom has a friend from work who is getting rid of clothes that are Jagger's size, and that's good because Jagger's the older of the boys, so like we don't have clothes like above his size, and then all his like old clothes that don't fit him go to Judah, so it like works out in that regard. But yeah, we needed the next size up for Jagger, so it works out. But before I put any more clothes in their drawers, I do want to do that. But we're doing pretty good with that. All that to say, I also said I needed to make a decision about whether we're homeschooling Janessa for her next year of school. We did finish out this homeschool year. We got our evaluation done. We're good to go. She's like officially finished with 6th grade. So we will be doing public school for 7th grade. I'm working on that. In fact, she's actually got a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. It's Monday now, to get her physical, to do like her school stuff, so I could collect up her like shot records and things. But we've started the enrollment process. So that's like the family stuff. Now, specifically personally to me, I wanted to work on my knee issue, and to do that I wanted to get like better about my eating habits and being more active, basically, because if you guys don't remember me talking about it, like in fall time last year I started getting knee pain like real bad, and like I've always kind of had an ankle thing since like 2016, but I've never had like a knee thing. In fact, my ankle has been the only thing that's ever hurt, even when I was like bigger than I am now. I never had real back pain. Like when I'm pregnant I do, but like in general, as far as being like a fat person goes, all of my numbers have always been good, and I've always felt good. I've never been like lethargic or anything. I suppose I'm just blessed. But my knee pain started, and I dealt with that for like a few months because it was like fall market season, and I just really didn't have the time to like do anything about it. And so when I finally got the ball rolling like toward the end of market season, it took like 2 months to even meet with the doctor, the like physical therapist. Then the physical therapist needed to assess me and then send out for like an authorization thing. So I did finally see him at like January, and I did like 6 to 8 weeks of physical therapy. That improved things like 80%. And then from there, I've basically continued eating well. And by about May, I was exercising like every single day. And it's halfway through July now, and I've been exercising every day. So, and just from like May to now, I've lost like 21 pounds. And then overall, I think I'm at like 25 pounds before then. But I really like needed my knee to work to be able to do like physical activity better. And now thankfully it does. So I run, like I literally run now like 5 days a week on like the minimum side. Some days it's literally every day. Now, is it far? No, because I'm now 230 pounds and that's like a lot of weight to run on. But I'm running like 2 on my long runs. I've pushed it to 3 miles at a time, and I can actually run for about 13 minutes straight before I have to have like a walking break. So I'm getting better, because this time last year, well, I guess a little later, but fall season last year, I like literally couldn't even stand up because my knee hurt so bad, let alone like walk around. So 12 out of 10 for me there. That's probably like my best accomplishment so far, because it really sucks to like be in pain and to like physically not be able to do things that you should be able to do. Like I had to literally like into bed because I could not like crawl into bed. So I also want to do the 30-day Woolland dress challenge. That's a deep cut. I've explained it a few times, but I'll do cliff notes. You basically wear this same wool dress for 30 days. The company gives you a $30 credit, but you're doing it to like prove that like you don't need fancy clothes to be happy, and you're saving like electricity and whatnot and effort wearing the same thing every day. So it like separates you from like vanity and like minimizes your need to do laundry. So it like saves resources. But I've started this challenge several times, not this year, but last year, and I would hit about 2 weeks and then I would like fall off the wagon on the sole factor that I just forget to take a picture of myself, and that you need the picture as proof that you did it every day. So I forgot that I wanted to do that this year. So I should probably do that soon before market season actually starts, because then that's going to be like way harder to do. So yeah, I've got that now penciled back in to like do soon. And then as far as taking pictures goes, that is something I have improved in another area though, even though I forgot about the dress, which, you know, I suck, but I'll do it. But as far as taking pictures goes, I've gotten a lot better about taking pictures of the plushies. So you guys haven't seen them all yet, even though they're all filmed up to this point and refilmed because I lost a few of them. My everything I crocheted this month. Do I miss something here or there? Sometimes. But do I have 95% of the stuff I've made in picture form? Yes. So small victories. And I don't know where we're at in relation to like this video when the next one's coming out, but I literally just filmed April, May, June in like the last few days. I'm pretty sure I had April and May already filmed when my computer broke. So those were redoing it. But June's like a new one, because I think it was like end of May when my computer broke, and then June when I got a new one. But yeah, all of those are filmed. So if they're not on my channel yet, just know they're coming. And if those ones are up now, I will, I guess, link them down below. They probably won't be, because I don't know. We'll see. They will be if they are. They won't be if they're not. All that to say is I'm getting better about it. Now we're moving, I guess we've moved more into like the business side of things. So Patreon. I started a Patreon. I even got some of you guys over there to subscribe to me on Patreon. Have I done anything with my Patreon? No. So I did like eliminate my tiers. So, you know, there's no way to like put money in it now. So we've just like paused that for now. So nobody's got like a monthly subscription coming out for like nothing. And I wanted to ask you guys, should I do Patreon memberships, or because YouTube has memberships, should I just do like some type of YouTube membership? And if I do a membership, what kind of stuff do you guys want? Because I was thinking like one tier, you guys just get all my patterns, past, present, future, but then I like don't know. Do we want like one-on-one chat time that we can like pay for to get like business advice? Do we just want one-on-one like chat time to like hang out, you know? Like do for like the exclusive group of people that want to be like a member, you know, a one live stream a month? I don't know. What do we want? You guys tell me, because I don't know. But I do want to still do that. But my first attempt was like a fail. And don't let that discourage you, because like I'll never take money from you guys if like I'm not giving you the thing in return. So if I had taken money from you guys and like didn't give you like what I was supposed to, I would literally give you your money back. But I do want to like get better. That's why I like went over and deleted the like all the paid tiers on Patreon, so like nobody could spend money on things that they were not getting, you know, in like the future, since I have paused it. But I do want to do that, so you guys let me know. Next thing, oh, I wanted to organize things better. I kind of am. I've got folders now instead of notebooks, so I take my like important stuff out of notebooks and I've categorized it in folders. This is my workout stuff because I track my runs. This is my YouTube stuff. It's got like video idea kind of stuff. This one, it's hard to see the name of, but that says event info. So this is all like the applications and stuff for events. This is stuff that I need for Janessa's school, or like final homeschool evaluation, stuff that I'm collecting to like enroll her. This is podcast stuff, so like outlines of episodes and the season and things. And then this is the blanket patterns that I'm currently working on, not writing on. So yeah, it is slightly more organized. And I did manage to get the big heaping stack of patterns off my desk. Last time you guys saw it, it was legitimately like this tall. And I spent money on a filing cabinet. And now I have all my patterns in the filing cabinet, like organized by like category. And it brings me joy. But oh my God, have you guys ever bought a filing cabinet like new? Because I don't always look for used things first. Like, it honestly didn't cross my mind. Now I've had people basically are like, oh, you're stupid, you could have bought one used from somewhere. Well, I didn't think of it. And you know, at least now I know my stuff works and it's like warranted through the store, so judge me, I don't care. But this small filing cabinet, a couple $100. If I wanted like a 4-tier, like, you know, a filing cabinet like my height, mortgage payment. Insane. Why? And it's just a metal drawer. And those don't even come with like the files. You got to get the files to put in it. So it's basically like a drawer, just multiple drawers. Insane. Blows my mind. So I have gotten better about organizing my stuff, I think. Could we be tightened up a little bit? Probably. But it could be worse. I also said I wanted to do amigurumi and like a December advent calendar after the flop that amigurumi was, which was partially my own fault because I just have never planned an event at that scale. So I didn't do well. And then partially because what I did do, I like lost because my computer broke. So all decks stacked against me basically. But after that flop, we were going to put a pin in doing an advent calendar for December this year, like all from Jade's idea. And I would like to, you know, repurpose it for my own business. But I would have already needed to been working on that ish like right now. And I'm not. So we're not. So we're going to take that off, and we will probably keep amigurumi on the docket for next year. But basically, I need to start literally working on that in January and just see how it goes. And I don't know. We'll have to get there. But yeah. Now, as far as markets go, for March, for February, March, April, and May, I wanted to do at least one market a month. I like literally blew that out of the water. I don't know if I have them all written down, so we'll have to see. 1, 2, 3. Judah drew on this, don't judge me. 4, 5, 15 market days. Some of them are 2-day events, but that is just for the beginning of this year that I did and the spring season. So yeah, and I have at least 6 on the books that I've signed up for. I guess not at least 6 on the books, but at least 6 that I've signed up for from September through December, except there's 0 in November still. So we're gonna probably be hitting close to 10 in total for that time frame period there, and then we'll have to see. But at least 6 that I've signed up for, 3 confirmed, I'm pretty sure, for fall season. So I am doing good there. And then I also said I wanted to be more prepared for this fall season because I thought I was prepared last year and I did okay and I did make good money, but I would have made more money if I was more prepared. And so I'm like really taking that serious this year. I feel like I've already burned through like 2 of the 4 months months-ish that I have off. So like part of May, June, July, August, and then part of September. So it kind of, these 2 parts I'm calling like one. So I basically have like 4 months off to prepare, and I've already burned through 2. May was like filled with orders. June I did a little bit like early June, but then I got another order that literally took 2 full weeks. So now we're into July, and in July I have gotten more done. I like went over the inventory that I have. I just made like 15 chickens in like the last 2 days. So like I am getting stuff done. So we're gonna like call that so far semi-successful. It could be going better, but it could be going worse. So small victories. Okay, the last of it is related to like YouTube and my website and patterns, and it all kind of goes together. So I rebranded last year. I changed my business name from Cotton Baby Crochet to Works of Whimsy Crochet, and I'm rebranding. I mostly finished, not quite, and I just kind of stopped. So that's not great. And then I'm not finished at all with my website. I said I wanted to get everything from my Etsy over to my website, and I was going to do that one by one because nobody told me, which if you guys did not know, there's a way to import your Etsy stuff to your website. Now the issue is that all my website stuff like links back to other Etsy stuff, because in my description on my Etsy listings, I link to other patterns, because you can do like links in the description on Etsy to other stuff within Etsy. So like I obviously don't want them on my website like going back to Etsy, because there's like more fees associated with that. But at the same time, I just haven't fixed it yet. So we're gonna put that in a like not done category. Same with like the wool and dress situation, and I need to do that. Another thing was fixing my master and pattern doc, the document that's like linked under the majority of all my videos. That's patterns that I've used like in my business. It's mostly up to date now. At that time it was not, so it's like 95% up to date. So if you guys are looking for patterns, both free and paid, there's like a whole list of everything I've used. Same thing with if you're looking for stuff I bought for my business, there's a separate document that's my master list of like everything I've ever bought for my business. I won't lie to you, they're affiliate links, but like I've genuinely bought those things and I could like show them to you, and I use like the vast majority of everything like on a regular basis. We're gonna get that, we're gonna leave that. I also said I wanted to put out 1 free pattern a month, 1 paid pattern a month. The free pattern I also wanted to put on my website in like the form of a blog post. I've done some of that, but not all of it. So there's nothing on my website for free patterns right now, and I'm so sorry. So that's my bad. But I did do 4 free patterns, which are on YouTube this year so far, and 5 paid patterns, which are on my Etsy, and it is the 7th month, so I'm a little bit behind, but it could be going worse. But I also have got like nothing in the pipeline as far as pattern writing goes. I've been feeling very like uninspired recently as far as pattern writing, like my own patterns goes. So I don't know what we're doing that, but at least I did like start this first half of the year strong, and it is fairly understandable to not be releasing patterns like all through the fall season, because my big focus in the fall season is like markets, getting that shit done. I do want to at least get a couple more between now and the end of the year done in both like the free and paid category, but I don't think I'm gonna end with like 12 and 12, but we'll have to see. So that's like a slight adjustment just based on where we're at. Oh, I wanted to redo my YouTube banner. I did that, and I did it a second time. So it's actually really updated now, and it looks good. I wanted to do more collabs. I've collabed with Marty this year. That was fun. We did talk about collabing again, but I've appeared on her channel at least twice so far. So in a manner of speaking, I have done more collabs, so that's good. Now we're getting into like very specific goals about how many like videos I want to do and how many subscribers I want and things like that. So I wanted to post 1 short on YouTube a month. I have not been doing that every month, but there was a period there because I was using something called Opus Clips, where I got a fair amount of shorts on YouTube. So I'm probably close to like, it would average out to 1 a month in like the long run, because I did like 2 weeks worth of that. So like, you know, a month is only 12. So if I only wanted to do 12 this year, I think I hit that pretty close already. But I do want to get better about shorts, because like that's just pretty sad that I only got like 1 a month anyway. But it's just that your shorts audience is different than like your long form content audience. Same thing with like your reels audience on like Instagram. It's typically different than your like, you know, stories and stuff. Like they're not like already followers kind of vibes. So it's hard to cater to people that are like just kind of stopping in versus the people that are here like full time, for A. And then for B, I hate short form content. It's not that fun for me. It's hard to do because I'm a talker, but I also just really need to get it together because like I can do more than one a month, like, you know. But it's just frustrating because like short form content like that has like a shelf life of like 24 hours, whereas like my videos on YouTube, videos that I've posted like at the start of my channel are like still getting views now, you know. But this battery's gonna die, so we're gonna take a pause. I got a fresh battery. I don't fully remember what I was saying other than I don't like short form content. It's harder. It has like a really short, like the period of time where it's going to get views. So it's like a decent amount of effort for like very little payout. But I did have the goal of 1 short a month on YouTube, a reel and a TikTok every other week. And I've really not hit that like at all other than when I was using Opus clips to basically do it for me, and like they weren't the best quality, so that's part of the reason why I stopped using Opus clips, even though I like the concept a lot. So I do want to work on that. And then in general, I also said I want to post 100 videos a year on YouTube this year, and I am at like 52 now, and we're like a little over halfway through the year, so it could be going worse. I don't know that I'm going to hit the full 100 by the end of the year, but I think I could get close. But I do want to say a caveat to where you guys have only been getting 1 video a week of my own content since I started the podcast, because the podcast has gone in the place of like the second video, just because I'm doing like a lot of the editing for the podcast also, and I just don't have the time necessarily to like do 2 of my own videos plus podcast editing, because we split up the podcast editing by I'll take a full episode, then she'll take a full episode, Rebecca, the co-host. But she's newer to editing, so after she does like her pass on it, which is taking out a lot of our like uhs, you know, our big tangents, any dead air time, she gives it to me, and then I'll refine it a little more, throw up the occasional transition, the text on screen. It does go fairly fast when I get it back, but it's usually still like another hour or so per episode of just refining it after I get it back. Sometimes a little longer if the episode's a little longer. All that to say is I'm including podcast in our 100 videos because I would be insane not to, and I am still doing like the work on those videos too, and it's relevant to my channel. So yeah, we're at about 52, so it could be worse. I actually thought I was had less than that, because the last few weeks I've only been putting out 1 at a time, but then I was like, oh yeah, the podcast. And then one of the episodes of the podcast turned out to be a 3-parter, so yeah. And then we'll move into like the final social media numbers. At the time of filming that other video, I had 520-ish followers on Instagram, give or take, with my goal being 1,000. I'm at 717, so we're getting there. Once again, I don't know if I'll hit 1,000 by the end of the year, because it's taken me like this far, 7 months into the year, to get to 717 from like 520, so like 200. It's taken me 7 months to get 200, but we'll get close. You know, it's not terrible. The Tickety Talk, I had 187 followers, whatever they're called there, at time of filming, and I wanted to hit 1,000 so I could do TikTok live. I did at one point hit 1,000 on TikTok, but then I've been neglecting my TikTok, so we're down to 873. So I don't know if I can still go live since I'm under 1,000, or if I'd have to like rack up a few before I could go live again, but I didn't go live when I had it, so. I was at just under 2,000 subscribers on YouTube at time of filming of that. I'm now at 3,200 and some change, with my goal this year of being 5,000. So getting another 1,000 in like 6-7 months, not terrible. Am I like a little behind where I want it to be? Yeah. So we'll have to just see if I can get up to 5,000. I'll get close, but I think I might still be in the 4s by the time the year ends, but we'll see. Etsy, I'm also a little behind where I wanted to be. Last year in total on Etsy, I got 73 orders, so I wanted my goal for this year to be 200. I'm at 89, so I did surpass this year already all of what I did last year, and we're only 6-7 months into the year, but I'm not even halfway to my goal yet, so I do think I won't quite get that, but it does feel good to be over where I was like in total all of last year already this year. But that is basically going to be all for this video. All that to say, I've accomplished some of the stuff on this list already. A lot of the things on this list were like work in progress type things. Like my fitness, I'm not just gonna like get fit and then like stop, so that's ongoing. My organization and my like decluttering, that's like one of those things that it's like a constant like thing you got to stay on. So I've done good on those like long-term things. Of course, there's still areas that I need to work on, like being more present on social media. But, you know, I'm seeing my efforts paid off a little bit because I'm actually not that far away from some of my goals. And I can tell you what, at the time I set them, I thought like they were really not realistic, but they were just like, I would like to, except for now they're looking a lot more realistic than they did. Am I going to hit them? No, I really don't think so. Am I going to get very close? Even though these were like, you know, at the time, like my shoot for the stars kind of goals. Yeah, I think I'm going to get close. So that's really cool. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, check back in. Goals are useless if you just kind of like write them down and never look at them and like reevaluate and see if you're like actually working toward them. So this was my, you know, reevaluation. I'm knocking some stuff out of there, like the Advent. That's a joke. Extra patterns this year, like hitting 12 free and 12 paid. Don't think so. But I do think I've got, you know, a couple more in me that I could get out this year. And have I given it my best effort at that point? Yeah. So like that's the part that matters. I can use this to like inform my decisions for my goal setting for next year too. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Let me know down below if you guys are meeting or exceeding your goals, or if you had to do what I did and like reevaluate a couple of them because they're not quite fitting with where you're at right now. And if that's the case, like don't feel bad. I think that's normal. But that also is just my opinion. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt too. But yeah, I'm going to get on out of here and I will see you guys in the next one. And if you want more crochet content, it's somewhere, and goodbye.